advice. These guys are really nice. You wanna know what to do and where to go when you need someone to guide you. It's nice to have these bros beside you. Go deep, go deep. Let's get deep. I'm going deep. Chad and JT.
What's up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with my dog, JT. What up?
What up, dudes?
And we just want to give a shout out to Austin, a.k.a. A-Bomb, for that fire track. It's a new track
Yeah.
for our intro. Got mixed reviews on it, to be honest.
On the new track?
Yeah.
From who?
On YouTube, basically.
Oh, it was already up on the last episode?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
But the Stokers, it's literally like half and half.
Well, he wrote the last song, so
Yeah.
if they prefer the last one, it's still part of the Austin catalog.
Part of the A-Bomb thing. Like, there were a few
Yeah.
comments that were like, love the new intro, and then one comment that was like, bring back the old, and then it had like 9 likes. So I was like, oh, interesting.
I think I like the old one more, too.
Yeah.
But anytime any show I like changes songs, I always prefer the old one until I get used to the new one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I don't know. I mean, it's a tough call because they're both good. I think they're both good.
Could just be an adjustment period.
I do like the amped up sort of guitar.
There's
the
a
new
heavier
one.
lead guitar on this one.
Yeah, but same message, just different sound. Maybe we should put up like a poll or something. Leave it up to the Stokers.
I'm down. Go the Democratic route.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, I've been my stomach's been a little weak. Like shits will just come on me.
What have you been eating?
Basic diet, regular stuff. I mean, I've been eating a lot of peanut butter and jellies.
Yeah.
I love a toasted peanut butter and jelly with the crust cut off.
So good.
And yeah, my stomach's been actually, speaking of and I'm sorry to start off in such a crude way, but we were in Huntington Beach this weekend, and I was at a bar watching the UFC fights. It was great to see him in Huntington Beach, like the birthplace of mixed martial arts.
People were
in the United
jacked
States.
up.
People are buff. People like fighting. They're an intelligent audience. We were watching on a big, like, drop down, those teleprompter screens or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see it so big. I went into the bathroom, and 2 dudes charged in when I was dropping a deuce, and they were like, JT Parr, are you in here? And I went, yeah. Because I didn't know what to say. I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
I was like in the middle of a deuce. And then they went, yes! And then they left. And then so I finished taking my shit, which was bigger than usual. And I strolled out. And there was 2 jacked, cool dudes. And they were like, what up, JT? Sorry for I don't think they said sorry, actually. No, they might have. They were like, yeah, sorry for charging in on you while you were dropping a deuce. And I was like, yeah, I don't know why I said I was in there. And they were like, haha, for sure. And I was like, you guys enjoying the fights? And then we chopped it up. They were great dudes.
Yeah.
And and they said they listened to the pod. So what's up, guys?
Yeah. I have worried about that too, though. It actually happened to you, but I've worried about, people coming in as I'm just, because you feel vulnerable.
It's a vulnerable moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, it was like a little paranoid, but I was worried they would like be filming me like on an Instagram story and be like,
Yeah.
hey, is that JT Parr in there taking a dump? And I was like, yeah. Yeah, and it's like, I like to be part of the editing process and stuff. And so
Yeah.
if they film that, I can't really shape it to make me look a little bit cooler.
Yeah, it's sort of when the content's out of your hands, you feel a little uneasy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool though that you got recognized.
Dude, it was awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
always pumped for that. It makes me feel so good, and it feels good when they're stoked on the stuff.
Nice, dude. I've been I as you know, I've been trying to go full ketosis, and I was struggling with it. I was like super tired yesterday. I was super tired on Tuesday. And I was like, what's going on here? Because I was getting enough sleep. I had all the right things. My brother, he's like, dude, you're not eating enough meat. Eat more meat. So today I was like, all right. So I called him. I'm like, what should I do? He's like, all right, you got to eat 8 eggs and a bunch of bacon. And I did. And now I feel awesome.
Nice.
I think that's what I needed. I think I'm in ketosis right now.
That's great.
I feel like I'm floating. It's awesome. Dude, yeah, because like I was like, maybe I'm not. I was just like, dude, that's a lot of meat, he's like, just trust me, because he's full carnivore diet, which he says he feels great and he looks good too. So, chat, what up, Mark?
Hey, you look good. You feel good.
Yeah, he's on the pod. He listens to the pod too. So,
What's up, Mark?
Carnivored up.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what's going on with me. Oh, dude, something weird happened. I was leaving the gym and I pull out of the parking garage and I pull up behind this car. It was sort of like a half semi. And I was probably like 10 feet behind it. And the light turns green and the truck stops. And I didn't even go or anything. I was just literally pulled out behind this truck, 10 feet behind it. Two dudes get out of the truck and they like look at my car and then they look at the back of their truck like I hit it, you know, and they're like expecting it. They're just like, they give me like this look. I was like, what? And then so they get back in their truck. They don't say anything to me. And then they start driving and they're supposed to go straight, but they stop at the green light. And I'm like there to turn right, but there's pedestrians. And they're stopped taking a photo of my license plate. And then I just kept going. And I called my mom and my brother, and they're like, it's probably some like scammers. They're trying to like scam me or something.
That's so lame.
Yeah. So what I did is I just took photos of the front of my car because there's no damage or anything. So if they like try, I have like dated photos. It's like there's no damage. So
I hate when people like just are trying to make you feel uncomfortable.
yeah, I was like, dude, I was fresh off a gym session. Now you're trying to like harsh my stoke by like scamming my ass.
Yeah, I get a little frustrated with the world. I'm like, why are you guys trying to make my day harder?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to do that to you.
Yeah. It's like, I bet if I did that to someone else, I would probably feel pretty bad about myself, and that would just permeate through the day.
Yeah, that's true. I'm always like, aren't you like mad at yourself that you're doing this?
Yeah, I figure their squad is probably like, why are you guys kind of like down? Like, oh, we were trying to scam this
We're scammers.
nice dude. And they'd be like, yeah, that's pretty messed up.
And another thing, some of the stokers have messaged me about my dad and how he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing as well as any person could under the circumstances. He's on his like second round of chemotherapy. He's had some targeted radiation, and he's handled it all with like a totally optimistic can-do attitude. I mean, sometimes he gets bummed out because he feels sick, and that's just not normal for him to feel slowed down. And he's been taking weed under the tongue, and he's not a weed fan. I asked him why, and he said because it makes him feel too humble. And he's doing a lot of stuff that's hard on his body. But we're going to a wedding next week in Wyoming to see some of our best friends get married. I'm so stoked to see him. And yeah, my dad is. I'm sure it's hard on him, but he's not letting that out. So
He's a beast, dude.
and it's cool because he doesn't even like. He would never like. He's not like, I'm just fighting this thing as hard as I can and I'm giving it my all.
Yeah.
It's very like low key. Like, I'll be like, Dad, how
Yeah.
you doing? He's like, I'm feeling good. I'm on my third round of radiation. I can't wait to get out of here and get back to Jackson so I can get some sun and get in the river and like all this stuff. He handles like having responsibility with a very easy kind of grace. So yeah. But thank you.
awesome.
Thank you, Stokers, for asking and stuff. And he's doing well. I'll keep you guys posted.
That's awesome.
And also, my mom's great, too. I love her to death. She's a fiery, passionate woman, and she handles this stuff really well, too. She's like, I've seen her, like, hug dead bodies. Like, she has no fear of death. She kind of,
Really?
like, looks forward to it almost. Yeah.
Where'd she hug dead bodies?
When my aunt died,
Oh.
was
Is it like open casket?
they weren't sure if they were going to do an open casket, and my mom was like, I will go see. And I was like, Mom, you weren't even that close to Tracy. She's like, Jean Thomas, I have to do this. She just volunteered herself to make all the decisions. And I think it's because she's from Colombia and she grew up in like the drug culture. And so she lost a lot of people young. So she's used to death. But she just came back. She's like, Tracy looks beautiful. I hugged and kissed her. The casket will be open. I was like, all right. I was actually a little annoyed. I was like, I don't think it's really your call, Mom. But all right, if you're going to be the one who takes control, let's do it.
That is hilarious. Just some random lady comes in. I'll take care of this. She looks great.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's not even your family member. She's like, trust me. I hugged her. I kissed her.
Yeah.
I bathed her. She looks
Exactly.
amazing.
Yeah, she took a bath with her, with the body. My mom's a beast. What about the Oscars? They're adding a new category, best popular film of the year.
Yeah. What does that even mean? These are the blockbusters that, It's like superhero movies essentially that they're giving awards to.
Or Fast and the Furious movies too.
Well, that'd be sick.
Or Mission Impossible movies.
That'd be sick.
It is cool, but it's like part of the reason I like those movies is because they weren't like Oscar movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Fast and the Furious isn't for the Oscars. It's for the people and for the money.
Yeah. And if you want to have a big ass submarine go through ice, do it. You know, what if that hinders them from making that choice? And they're like, that's not Oscar worthy. And you're like, dude, who gives a fuck? Yeah, I don't like it. I like tradition. Keep the tradition.
Me too.
Yeah, like if the Oscars turn to like the MTV Movie Awards, it's like, I don't know. Will they even wear tuxes?
What about Alex Jones? He's off every major like media platform.
I don't listen to him or take his news seriously. I do find some of his clips hilarious, so I'll watch those on YouTube because him mad is one of the funniest things ever. But I think it's a terrible move. I think it's for like freedom of speech, and I think this move will have the opposite effect of what they intend. I think this is going to make Alex Jones stronger.
Now he's a martyr.
Because they're like, it's like, why are you so scared of him? Why do you have to ban him? You
right.
know, what are you so scared of?
And you lose the moral high ground. When you start censoring people, when they try to censor you, you can't say don't do that. You can't be like, oh, well, the guy we censored of yours was more wrong than our guy.
Yeah.
People don't think that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's subjective. So you have to kind of like live on principle.
Yeah. And who gave these nerds the authority?
Well, I mean, they own the things.
Yeah, I know.
I got two speeches I want to show from movies that I think that are liberal movies. All right, guys, here's a speech from Rob Reiner. Aaron Sorkin's the writer. Michael Douglas is playing the president. And I've talked about this movie before. His girlfriend's in trouble because she's a lobbyist, and a photo came out of her burning a flag. So the president at the end of the movie has to defend his girlfriend and what she did. And here's what he says.
You're smarter than I am because I didn't understand it until a few hours ago. America isn't easy. America is advanced citizenship. You've got to want it bad because it's going to put up a fight. It's going to say, you want free speech? Let's see you acknowledge a man whose words make your blood boil, who's standing center stage and advocating at the top of his lungs that which you would spend a lifetime opposing at the top of yours. You want to claim this land as a land of the free? Then the symbol of your country cannot just be a flag. The symbol also has to be one of its citizens exercising his right to burn that flag in protest. Now show me that. Defend that. Celebrate that in your classrooms. Then you can stand up and sing about the land of the free. I've known Bob Rumson.
Powerful stuff.
Got me jacked.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for our topics.
You want to hear a review of the week?
Yeah, let's get into our review of the week.
Okay, review of the week comes from 5-Star Hostage. Subject line, Fire Pod. And it says, I force my children to listen to this when they wake up. Fire review. It's good to know that you're raising stokers. Thank you, 5-Star Hostage.
Keep us updated on their progress and understanding what we're trying to drop and deliver to them. Chad, who is your beef of the week?
My beef of the week is with my AC unit. What up, AC unit? Yeah, so I have one of those AC units that's like through the window, you know? Oh, JT's going shirtless. Dude, fire chest hair. Fucking Burt Reynolds across from me. Anyways, yeah, so my AC unit, my apartment gets hot as balls because there's no central air, so it's like one of the ones in the window. And so I have to turn it on, you know, because it's hot as fuck. But it's so loud. It is so loud. I can barely hear my computer. So when I try to watch like a movie, it's like impossible to hear. And then I like try to have a lady over to watch a movie. She's like, I can't hear. I'm like, well, do you want to be sweaty or watch the movie? So I move into the apartment. I try to be a good dude. I try to be a good tenant. You know, I don't destroy stuff. And It's like I want to stay cool, but I also want to preserve my hearing, and I also want to be able to listen to like, a live streaming of Joe Rogan. I want to watch Glengarry, Glenn Ross. I don't know. How do you think Al Pacino feels about the fact that the fine words that he says are mumbled because I'm trying to stay cool?
Ricky Roma.
Maybe we should go to the city council and just be like, our AC units fucking suck.
ACs, man.
ACs.
They need to be better.
You just pinch your nipples.
A little bit. All right, my beef of the week is with the movie The Spy Who Dumped Me for their representation of what a lame man is. At one point, Mila Kunis is breaking up with her. She doesn't know he's a spy boyfriend yet, or he broke up with her, so she's burning his stuff. And her and Kate McKinnon are like making fun of him because they're like, this is his second place trophy from fantasy football. And I was like, okay, so he's lame. They're like, it's a second place trophy. And I'm like, that's not lame. That's cool that he cares about his fantasy football league. It shows that he has a sense of humor that he held on to the second place trophy. I'm sure when his boys come over and see that, they're like, dude, you dog, you put that up on your mantle. They're like, it's second place. He's like, I'm proud of it. I had a pretty good team. There's nothing lame about that. It's a healthy hobby. And then I think they made fun of him for being on a softball team. I forget what the second thing was. And I was like, that's not lame either. He's active and hanging out with people on his Sunday. Mm-hmm. There's a lot lamer things he could be doing, like nothing.
Yeah.
So how about you build this guy up? Maybe that's the reason he broke up with you. But I kind of have to remove my beef from the movie because the girls were wrong about him. They were saying how lame he was. It turns out he's a spy, a super handsome spy.
Yeah.
So maybe the movie on a deeper level was like, actually, you can be into this stuff that some people would juvenilely call lame and still be a really sick international espionage agent. So I don't know. I beefed with that moment, though. When I saw that moment in the theater, I was sitting next to Austin, and I was like, dude, don't make fun of a guy for that.
Yeah.
Do not make fun of us for caring about our fantasy football league.
Yeah.
That's not lame. You know what's lame? Not caring about your fantasy football league.
Yeah.
That's lame. When guys are like, oh, I don't even care if I lose this season. Then why are you playing, dog?
Yeah.
I've been putting in research for 3 weeks. My brother and I co-manage a team together. That's not easy, but we respect each other and we allow the other one to make tough choices, and I love him. And we're going to have a great team this year, and I've been putting in the fucking work, and I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's lame to care about fantasy football.
Yeah.
It's not lame to care about anything.
No. And that's a lot of work. Organizing dudes,
I got spreadsheets.
having parties, having a good ass time. I don't do it, but I totally respect it, and I totally respect that they made trophies for one another. That's fucking tight.
That's work.
That's fun.
And when you do stuff like that, it makes it matter more to everyone.
Yeah.
Because you're putting in time. So Spy Who Dumped Me, I'm not even going to talk about you as a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my beef of the week. All right, dude, who is your babe of the week?
My babe of the week is Martha Stewart. I still think you're a babe. Like, you, because she went to prison and she fucking just toughed it out. And now she's out and it's like she didn't even go.
Yeah.
But she has that experience. So she didn't back down. She probably fought someone while she was in there. She probably knows how to make a shank. She just is like a tough ass lady who's crafty as well. She just like has skills and everything. She's probably street smart. She did insider trading, but no one even knows what that is.
Let Martha live.
Yeah,
I'm all about redemption too. Like I don't judge anybody. Like, oh, you murdered someone. I'm like, but most of the time you don't murder people, huh?
Yeah.
How about we focus on that side?
Yeah, like the 99% of the time that you weren't murdering someone.
Yeah.
You're probably a pretty good dude. So Martha, you're my babe of the week, and just like I'm not sure if you listen to the pod or not. I think you could take a lot of value from it. So if anyone knows Martha, like give her a sample.
My babe of the week is Angelina Jolie in the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh, dude. Great call.
One of the best movies ever. I mean, the chemistry between them is insane.
Insane.
And then, like, just the way that their relationship takes off once they both accept the other one for who they are.
Yeah.
I love that theme. And I just think she's so great in the movie. Like, you totally believe her as an assassin who can just handle every aspect of everything. Like, there's just something about her high status, like, presentation in movies that I just dig.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just like, man, this lady can do it all. Like, she's, like, super hot, always knows what to say, and can also just pull a gun out and shoot you in the head at 100 yards.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I treat my girlfriend a lot of the time like she's a Russian spy.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be laying next to her sometimes and I'll look at her and I'll be like, you don't know I know you're a Russian spy, and I can't tell you yet that I know you're a Russian spy, but I know. So it's like this dance of rivals a little bit.
Mm.
And that movie is like kind of like the sexiest embodiment of that idea.
Yeah.
And I think it's hot for my girlfriend to be a Russian spy.
Yeah.
Like, she's trying to get information from me. It's like, well, how much do I show you? How much do I give you? Just a little bit here. And then we dance over here and it's a little bit more. It's very engaging. And so Angelina Jolie, I thank you for being like just a really cool spy assassin. And like, you know, you're just like really good at it. So I like that, Angelina. I like the way you believably kick Brad Pitt's ass in that movie.
Yeah.
All right, Chad, who is your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is my mom.
Nice.
Yeah. What up, Mom? Love you, Mom. She should have been legend of the week like the first week. I was just waiting for the right speech to give. But my mom, she's one of my best friends. She's the best. I'm the fifth child, so we have a special bond. Like all most of my siblings, you know, there's a time when everyone was off to college, so it was just my mom and I. And we were just kicking it, watching Tom Cruise movies, laughing a lot, eating salmon, just having a great time. You know, we really bonded. My parents are divorced, so I would just hang with my mom. And she's just the best, you know. She has a very infectious smile, you know. Whenever she smiles, it's very contagious. And you're like, wow, this is like a very nice presence to be around. And she laughs a lot. She has excellent taste, you know. She's remodeled. She's remodeled the current house that she's in, and she's an artist, so she really knows what she's doing in that department. She makes everything just look amazing, but she also has like the substance underneath too of just being like an amazing person. We always bond. I call my mom a lot, you know. We have a good time, and we go to Disneyland a lot, and I ask her for advice all the time. I'll be like, Mom, is this motivator working? Am I like properly motivating? She's like, it's great, honey. Keep going. And I'm like, thank you. And she's just an absolute legend, the legend of legends. You know, you did a stellar job raising five kids, and thanks for saving me for last so we could bond.
That's beautiful, man.
Thanks.
I'm so sorry. I have two legends this week.
Oh, dude,
I know,
as
man.
many legends as you want.
I'm a greedy dude. First legend of the week is the unnamed concert guy from Coachella a few years ago. I was watching the Airborne Toxic event, and they were singing their song Sometime About Midnight, I think, which is like a very dramatic, emotional song. And me and my boys were just standing in a row, like just grooving to it. And then I turned behind me, and there was a shirtless guy in black jean shorts with a bandana on, and he was sobbing his eyes out. And he was by himself, and it was like the whole crowd had like given him space to cry. And he was just sitting there going, and he was like squeezing his body, and he was so deep into the crying. I mean, I have zero doubts that the tears were encouraged by ecstasy. And he was just like, but it was cathartic for him. He didn't look sad. I mean, he was sad, but he didn't look sad about being sad. And he was just so impassioned in his cries, and he was like pumping his fist. And it had really been going on for 5 songs, but it culminated with Sometime Around Midnight. And at one point, I just started snickering at him. And then me and the boys were just like, what is this dude doing? And before we got into that very far, he went, hey, dudes. And I went, yeah. And I was like, oh, man, he's calling me out. And he looked at me and said, hey, I'm just trying to have a moment. And I went, fuck, my bad, dude. You're right. And then I turned around, and I just let him get back to his crying, dude. You know, I almost impeded him from feeling, and I feel terrible about it. It was hard not to, because he was crying really, really hard. But that's what he needed to do. It took balls to do it, and he was getting there, and I almost was like, hey, man, you're on your way to Everest of emotion. I was like, turn back, dude. You look lame climbing the mountain. He was like, dude, I understand what you're saying, but let me climb the mountain. And by the end of the song, 2 babes had come up to him and started consoling him. And he was very receptive to that. But he didn't do it for that. He was like, thank you, ladies. Like, he just needed that soft feminine touch to to be because that's more receptive to that, you know? They're more receptive to that. Like us, we just did the right thing and gave them space. And then the ladies came in and were like, it's all right, it's okay. They didn't ask them what happened. They were so smart and intuitive. They weren't like, what are you crying about? They were just like, it's okay, cry about it. Keep going. You're good to cry. And gave them those green lights. And then, yeah, so dude, you're a freaking legend, man. I really respect the way you could feel the music. Because I've been at concerts before too, and I've been like, oh, I want to feel this music more intensely, but it doesn't happen. I just can't quite get there. So to see someone go all the way, to really let go of everyone around them, of their space, of their life before and after, and just be in that moment and let the song get all that feeling out, it was fucking beautiful. So thank you to the unnamed concert goer.
That's amazing.
And my second legend is long overdue as well. My legend of the week, my second one, is Orange County. What up, Orange County? I left Orange County for a while and I came back, which gives me a different perspective on it. Because when you grew up there, you just appreciate it for your bros and for like the really wide streets that are hard to crash your car on and like the sun and stuff like that. I love it for having the most bomb seafood, playing epic music everywhere, like just Tom Petty, Boston, and Foreigner always coming out of the speakers no matter where you are. It has the most fit people in the world who do compound exercises at the gym. You know, the strongest dads, all the dads are jacked in Orange County. They walk around with like independent hats and shorts, and they talk to their sons named Headbutt, and they talk to their sons like little soldiers in an army that gets bagels as a unit. And like just the hottest dudes in the world, the hottest chicks in the world, and nobody's hiding it. Like, and sometimes in places like LA, people are like, oh, I'm very casual. Like, I don't care about how hot I am. But they're actually spending a lot of time on looking that casual. In Orange County, people go to the bars and they're like, I am 55 years old and my whole life is dedicated to looking hot, and I have accomplished that. And even if they haven't accomplished it sometimes, I just appreciate the going for it. You know what I mean? And I think people in Orange County are grounded, you know? They're very happy people. They love life. Like service people there are always stoked to just be doing their service job. It's just really good vibes and a positive atmosphere.
That was epic. I love Orange County.
It loves you, dude.
It's the best.
All right. Should we get into our questions now?
Yeah.
What up, dudes?
Well, have you ever heard of people scamming people by like trying to like
the porn thing?
No. I just got worried about the car thing I was talking about earlier.
Nah, you're fine, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a valid concern. It's weird. To have people taking photos of your shit, that's like terrifying.
Yeah.
All right, dudes. What up, dudes? My name is Ricky, and I'm from the great state of Kansas. So the reason for my question is because of my boy Benny. Benny used to be a solid dude, but now he sucks ass. Should I beat his ass to put some sense back into him or say sayonara? Tough to call, dude. I don't have many of the details. I don't know why he's sucking ass. I don't know what level of ass beating you're intending on putting on him.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some dudes where sometimes it is a little bit smart just to let them know that you could beat their ass if they're getting like super aggro and stuff, but nah, man. With just the limited details you gave me, I have to say, don't beat his ass. Don't say sayonara. I've had bros who changed. Like I had one bro who went on a religious retreat and came back super pious to the point where he couldn't even hang out with us anymore because if we ever said anything at all critical, he was like, I don't know why you guys had to say that. But you could tell that he was just saying that so that he could like feel better than us. Mm-hmm. But we just let him be. And then within like 6 months to a year, he was right back to normal.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. He's probably just going through a phase. And if you beat his ass, that might keep him in the phase, you know? And so I don't know, but I don't know about your relation, you know? But in my guesstimation, I would say he's going through a phase right now, dude, and just, you know, let him go through the phase. And I wouldn't say sayonara because you'll probably miss him. And just Benny, I don't know what you're doing to suck ass, but quit it, dude. I don't know, dude. Maybe give him a time limit. Be like, dude, if you don't quit sucking, I'm going to have to beat your ass. So I wouldn't just like come at him because he might not even realize it.
It's a good point. My name is Tank. My dogs call me Tank because I'm a fucking beast. Anyways, my stoke is through the fucking basement. I'm trying to woo a lady. The way I got all my friends in college was through chugging more than anyone. I've chugged in front of her many times and she won't budge. It's clear that I'm alpha, so what else do I have to do to woo her?
Yeah, dude, and I totally relate to you on that. You know, in college and stuff, like if I was trying to get to know people, you know, I'd be like, "I'll wait till you see me party, and then you'll know me." And then I would just, you know, and then that's how I'd make my friends. So I totally relate on that and the chugging thing. And like, props to you for also your name being Tank. I think that's awesome.
That is very cool.
You sound like a beast. I think you've shown her that you are a fucking man, you know, because you chugged Bud Diesels or whatever you're chugging in front of her. So she's like, okay, he's a man, but I think she's looking for that extra thing. You want a combo of things to impress her with. You can chug. That's a major quality that I think is very admirable that will win over the ladies. But you need something else to lock in that wooing. So maybe just like show her that you know how to make sushi or some shit.
Hey, Chad and JT, my name is JT. What up, dude? I'm from Texas. So, JT, I'm a big fan. I hope that you consider this question with the highest regards. My issue occurred a couple days ago when the girlfriend took me to a steakhouse that didn't have any steaks bigger than 10 ounces, and this really ruined my stoke levels, and I haven't been able to regain that level of stoke. And with it going on for 6 days now, I'm starting to worry that I may never regain my stoke. And I would appreciate any help from the two guys who maintain solid stoke levels no matter the situation. Thanks, JT from Texas.
I'd say break up.
I hear where Chad's coming from. Dude, I think I would just talk to her one-on-one and be like, hey, something happened that really hurt me. And if she can understand why you're hurt, if she can have that kind of empathy to really see how much steak means to you, and she can meet you on your level, well, then I think she's a keeper. It's not the mistakes people make. It's how they rebound from the mistakes that lets us know if they belong in our lives.
Great call. I think I see your point there, and I think I rush to judgment too quickly sometimes, you know, because like
ketosis.
I'm in ketosis, and it feels like, you know, when you're in this state, you want to just like cut people out of your life that eat carbs, or even if people are like, hey, you want a snack, and they give you like a fruit roll up, you're just like, are you fucking what? But then you just gotta think, people are all on, you know, it's. People don't know your situation.
Right.
They don't know what you want at that moment. They can't read your mind. They don't know that you're in ketosis unless you have like a golden aura around you. But it's their path, their journey, their truth. Now that maybe everyone's different. I don't know.
It's tough. This next one's from Jacob. I'm going to start condensing down some of the questions. Sorry to disrespect your guys' beautiful diction. Jacob says that we're wrong about bandanas. He says bandanas can only be rocked by a few, but they can be rocked. All caps, exclamation point. He says he digs us, but he wants us to stop the hate and open the gates, bros. That was part one. His sitch is, I have a problem with always overthinking any decisions. What can a brother do to decrease his overthinking? The name's Jacob, but you can call me Bandana. Dude, I respect the way you stood up for bandanas. And of course, there's moments where the bandana can work. I've just seen it misappropriated by a lot of douches. But I look forward to the day that I meet a bandana wearer who can change my beliefs. And you might be that guy, Jacob. But the truth is, I got to see you in person with the bandana before I can make that call. But I'm open to it.
Beautifully said, dude. I think the problem with the Danas is that, like, dudes who rock Danas, they're always on two sides. Too aggro, too soft. And I want to meet a dude in the middle who can rock it and just being a solid dude. And I think you can be the guy that will make that happen, you know? What was the other question about overthinking stuff?
Yeah, so his main question was he has a problem with overthinking his decisions. I've put people in my life who make the choices I can't make. You know what I mean? Like Chad has like really strong initiative and very clear goals, and you're better at like not letting like the obstacles in your head get in the way of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And so I'm like, sometimes there's things where I'm like, I start thinking about it too much, and I'm like, just trust Chad. You know what I mean? Like, Chad knows what he's doing. He'll make the right call. So if you can like alliance up with people, and like my girlfriend's similar too, like there's stuff that I've fret about and she's like, no, this is just what we're doing. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? And then I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about it. It's kind of out of my hands a little bit. So if you have a good circle around you, that can help mitigate some of the overthinking. And then I just wouldn't worry about overthinking, because like thinking about how you're overthinking, it's all part of the same thing. You know what I mean? You're trying to beat yourself. You can't beat yourself. You just kind of got to live with yourself. And you'll learn that the thinking doesn't really help with much of any of it.
That's a good point, because I think it's a good, like with you and I, it's a good combo, because I sort of get impatient and I'm just like, we need to go. And then you're like, wait, let's think about this. And you're like, yeah, we should have thought about it. So it's a good combo.
Right.
So I think if you can find that happy medium, because I'm sort of just like, you know, I probably don't think enough. I'm just like, it sounds good.
Or we're thinking on different tracks.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I'm thinking about all the things that could go wrong. You're like thinking about all the things that could go right.
Yeah.
And there's like
the happy medium.
Exactly.
It's like the golden road.
Yeah.
It's like the rainbow road on Mario Kart.
Other thing, I don't know anybody who's an overthinker who's into bandanas. I had a life coach one time who was like, I was like, do you ever get over the shame? Because we were both sex addicts. I was like, do you ever get over the shame of like some of like the gross stuff we did or whatever? And he was like, yeah, I've learned to get past it. But then I saw he had like a fedora on his desk, and I was like, this guy doesn't know anything about shame. I have a bro that's super true to existence and the most trusted comrade ever. But every time I'm with him, there's shrinkage in stoke levels. I'm conflicted because he is treating me right as compadre, but I can't keep holding back the stoke. What should I do, Josh? It's one of the realest questions we've ever gotten. What do you do when you love your friend so much, but you feel like their unhappiness is starting to affect you?
Don't let it.
Is that possible? I feel like sometimes you can't help it. If someone's in your orbit.
It is hard. It is hard. I would say maybe take some space. Take some space from the dude. Recenter your chi. You know, main thing is you can decide if you're in a good mood or not. You can decide if you're gonna eat omega-3s today or not. You can decide. You're in control of yourself. And yeah, being around negative energy sucks you dry, but it's hard to tell someone to like be happier.
It's impossible.
So take some space maybe, but just also try to lead by example.
Bro, I'm in a deep state of despair, deep despair. My girlfriend and I've been with for 4 months. It's been going super well except for the last couple weeks. She implied I have a small dong, broke a promise that she made to me, and is tweeting about how she's turned on by other dudes. I'm super not stoked. This was the baddie that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with, and now I'm not so sure. I need some advice, bros. Am I looking into it too deep? Need you guys, Ben.
I don't like her.
Yeah, man. I think you got to ask her, why are you doing these things? Like, you're not being too sensitive or looking into it too deep. Like, each one of those things individually hurts. And then when you look at them collectively, it's a big deal. I'd ask her, why is she doing things that she must know would hurt anybody? Is she unhappy in the relationship? Is that why you're doing this? Am I giving you too much love and you're feeling smothered? Or have you been hurt before and you're kind of self-sabotaging the relationship?
Yeah. I would agree. I would sort of try and figure out what's going on with her that's causing her to do those things. And if it persists, you know, I know you're saying that you thought this was the one, but I think there are a lot of ones out there. So I think you'll find a one that treats you right. Again, with the negative energy, you don't want someone putting negative energy on you. You know, I'm a huge proponent of just like being the best dude you can be and just keep elevating yourself so that when the right person does come along that's going to treat you right, you're going to know for sure that it's right, instead of trying to hang on to someone that you thought was right, but then over time you'll be like, you know, they weren't right, and I'm a better dude, and it's awesome.
And dude, if you do have a small dong, it's not the end of the world, but we all have to like adjust to what our strengths and limitations are. So like, I don't have the biggest dong. You know, I think it's solid, but it's not the biggest. It's not the hardest sometimes. So, you know, I'm not afraid of toys. I'm not afraid of going down on a girl for as long as it takes to get the job done. I'm not afraid of talking dirty. There's other things you can do to kind of raise the tide and bring all those boats up. So, I'd don't be hard on yourself. It's fine. But if you got a small dong, just boost those other attributes.
Good call.
Yo, last question. Yo, I'm Ethan, and I'm from SLC, Utah. My freshman year of high school, I was a really small kid, probably 5 foot and 100 pounds. That's what size I was. I'm 5'8" and 130 pounds now. That's rock solid. You can graduate at that size. I had no respect and got made fun of a lot, and my stoke tank completely drained. All the girls thought I was a joke. I went to a different school my sophomore year, and I sort of went through the same thing. I'm starting my junior year in a few weeks, and I want to go back to my old school. How do I assert my dominance and refill my stoke tanks so I'm not a complete loser next year? And how do I show the girls I'm not a joke? Yeah, he's so horny. You're so horny.
Yeah.
You're so horny, dude.
Yeah.
That's what's coming through in this message. And I miss that a lot of times with these dudes, how horny it is in high school. I used to hang out with these girls. They would come over to my house, and we'd just have a great time. And then at some point, they'd be like, hey, do you mind if I invite over, like, my friend Talal? And I'd be like, yeah, bring him over. He's a great guy, because I didn't want to, like, say no to anyone. Talal would come over, sleep with them, and then I'd drive the girls home in the morning. And we just have a nice drive and listen to Disney songs. And they were like, JT, you're the nicest. And I just stare out the window and think, man, I am horny. I am horny.
Dude, you are horny.
I'm a horny, horny guy. All right, guys, time for our movie quote of the week. Okay, my movie quote of the week is from the movie The Choice. It's a Nicholas Sparks movie, famous for the Notebook and Dear John and Safe Haven and all these, very schmaltzy but romantic movies that I just get taken with because I like big romantic movies. And in the movie The Choice, this like cocky veterinarian is trying to woo this doctor, and they both really get on each other's nerves, but that's why they have such a spark. And finally at one point they just get too close and it's time for something to happen, and they're in the kitchen and he goes, why don't you let me flirt with you? And she goes, because if I made it easy, then you wouldn't flirt. And then she's like, oh no, I've said too much. And then he's like, all right, that's the green light I needed. And he starts walking towards her, and she goes, what are you doing? And he starts walking towards her, and she goes, what are you doing? He goes, walking towards you real slow. She goes, why? He goes, because if I ran, I'd scare you. Boom, dude. And then he walks up and he just lays a smacker on her, and they start kissing. And then she goes, why'd you do that? And he goes, because you bother me. Come on. Yeah.
Mine is from Glengarry Glen Ross. That's a tongue twist. I'm about halfway through the movie, so I haven't seen it all yet. But there's one quote that stuck out to me. It's Al Pacino when he goes, I subscribe to the law of contrary public opinion. If everyone thinks one thing, then I say, I bet the other way. No. Then I say, bet the other way.
He's amazing in that.
Yeah.
Roma.
Yeah, Ricky Roman. I was just like, that was cool. I thought that was a cool thing because it's just like, yeah, dudes, think for yourselves, especially in this day of social media and like, all this stuff trying to influence you, whatever. Just like, do what you think is right, If you like Four Loko, drink Four Loko. If you like Ford Escape hybrids, drive one. Make the decision for yourself. Don't let people influence your opinions and sway them because you want to go with the crowd. Going with the crowd is usually the wrong way. Look at what people said about saturated fats. Now who's laughing? Joe Rogan. Oh, and guys, there is a subreddit. An honorable stoker made a subreddit. What's his name, Mark? I think just reddit.com/r/Chad Goes Deep, something like that. So if you guys want to / Going Deep with Chad and JT. So check it out, dudes. If you want to do some redditing on the pod, that'd be dank. So yeah, thanks, dudes. All right, guys, that'll be it for episode 31 of the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. Thank you guys so much for writing in your questions, for listening, for being stokers, for staying stoked. Leave reviews so you can be review of the week. Leave a fire review and keep it dank. Yeah. Anything, JT?
No, thank you so much, Stokers.
Yeah, love you guys. Later.
If you need advice, these guys are really nice. You wanna know what to do and where to